Hi, I'm Veronica Adeka, and welcome to Beauty and Fashion Talks here on Arise News. Join me as we chat about the latest in fashion news and beauty. Be sure to keep up with us as we stay on top of trends and key players in the industry within Africa and around the world. We all want radiant, glowing, ageless skin, and today's show will be all about that. We will be discussing the beauty and cosmetic industry. First, I will be sharing some beauty news from around the world. Then I'll be joined by cosmetic Dr. Rapu, plus Hadiza Nyako, the co-founder of Lagos' first Northern Nigerian day spa, the Henna place, will be telling us all about our rich cultural beauty treatments. Get excited, people, but stay right here. Today's show is one you don't want to miss. Usually, the conversation about beauty is always a happy moment. However, this time around, it's a bit more somber, as more than 200 people will lose their jobs as cosmetics brand Avon pulls out of Australia and New Zealand by the end of 2018. The move comes as the 55-year-old beauty company tries to return to long-term profit. The focus will be on markets with the greatest potential for future growth to support its vision of becoming the world's leading social beauty company, Avon Products said in a statement on Thursday. Avon describes itself as the company for women with $10 billion in annual revenue. On now to happier beauty news, as the world is raving over Meghan Markle in the countdown to her wedding to Prince Harry this May. And her apparent sweet nature and low-key attitude has earned her countless fans both sides of the pond. And her hairstylist, or former hairstylist and makeup artist Lydia F. Sellers, has revealed details about her beauty regimen, stating that every time she does her makeup, she says things like, "Can we make sure my freckles are peeking through? I don't want a ton of foundation." It was more about the amount of product that went on her skin and keeping it really fresh and dewy, she said, rather than caking it on. Even now, her look has stayed the same because she's so confident. Getting the scoop into her beauty regimen has indeed made many like her even more. Okay, now, New York Fashion Week. It was an amazing week, and it closed on Friday, February 16th. An aura of change filled the air from runway to sidewalk to front row. Rather than reinvigorating classic ideas, there was a shifting in notions of beauty, a welcome call for inclusivity as seen in the shows. From Erica Hart and all the breast cancer survivors who walked the runway at Chromat, revealing their double mastectomy scars, to 10-year-old drag kid Desmond Naples, who stole the scene at Gypsy Sport, the week was a celebration of the current come-as-you-are revolution to beauty and fashion. There you have it. You are enough. You dictate your own rules when it comes to beauty. Time now for a really short break. But when I return, I'll be joined by cosmetic doctor at Rapu, and we will chat about the rise of African aesthetics here in Lagos. Don't go away. Well, welcome back to Fashion and Beauty Talks on Arise News. I'm Veronica Adeka. My guest, Dr. Rapu, is a specialist in aesthetic medicine who trained at London's Harley Street in the performance of cosmetic and anti-aging treatments. Now she performs and advises on a range of aesthetic and anti-aging treatments, including mesotherapy, microneedling, facial rejuvenation, as well as non-surgical facelifts, non-surgical weight loss treatments, Botox and dermal filler injections. Welcome, Dr. Uju. I mean, I'm so excited to have you here in the studio.
I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for
you know,
having
we
me.
were chatting, and you guys, before we came on, we were just kind of chatting. There was so much, obviously, that people want to know about beauty and what is it with really as concerns to non-surgical and surgical. So just first of all, tell us like your whole journey of how you decided to get into this.
Okay, so I'm a trained and qualified medical doctor.
Yeah.
General practitioner. So when we finish med school, we get to work in a hospital, and during that period, I think...
Is that the time that when you're supposed to, what we call it like rotations? When
yeah, so internship here. And during that period, most people find out what they're interested in because we go around all the wards, so OBGYN, pediatrics. So after the year, it comes to like, okay, what are you guys specializing in? What's happening next? And I wasn't sure. So I knew I wanted to go into something to do with skincare, but it wasn't really like...
Sure, exactly what it was.
Yeah, and then I'd done like makeup training. So I was into cosmetics, but I wasn't really able to like put a finger on what it was I wanted exactly. So I had to take time off, do lots of research, went abroad and just sort of stumbled into this area, which really excited me. So did some training, came back, and you can just tell when you find what it is you're passionate about.
You found that niche, and so you just finally decided that, you know what, cosmetic surgery. But, you know, like we said, why cosmetics? Because Nigeria, our culture does not necessarily embrace that. You know, we take the backseat about really not sharing your beauty secrets and regimen and what you're using for your skin. When you see people's glowing skin, I know so many times I ask my friend, like, girl, what are you? They're like, oh, nothing, just, you know, one serum. You know, so for you to embrace that, how has it been, like, setting up a practice here in Nigeria and working on women's skins?
I wasn't really thinking about that, to be honest. I was just thinking, whoa, I found something I'm so excited in. I want to do it immediately. I wasn't even thinking about having my own practice. I wasn't thinking about who was going to accept what I was doing. I just found something that
more about the passion.
Excited me so much. I was like, I need to do this. I need to get my hands into this. So came back to Nigeria. And then it was a bit difficult sort of finding what exactly, where I was going to work. So I moved around a few places and people were like, we don't know what you're talking about. Met another doctor who was doing similar. So we started sort of working together and I got really excited. And with time, I just found out I kind of wanted to brand myself separately.
Yes,
so
I know.
I think I just sort of stumbled into my own practice.
Did you think that people gravitate towards you and they're more comfortable because you are a woman? You know what I mean? And so if I'm a woman and I'm going to go and see a doctor, I would want to see a female cosmetologist or a doctor to treat me because she would better understand my skin. Has that been the response for you, do you think?
I have found with some people, they seem to like that because they'll be like, okay, do this, and then you can do your makeup and it looks like this. So I do ask people, why did you come to me? And some people do feel comfortable that I'm female, that I'm dark-skinned. I'm not trying to bleach them. And I think they just think a female will be a bit more delicate and understand the looks they're trying to get to.
So let's talk about some of the procedures you've done, because I know we're showing on the screen now, you know, things like nose jobs and stuff. So, you know, eyebrow enhancement, you know, scalp procedures. I'm a bit interested in this. So you're telling me I can come and see you and you can kind of give me a nose job without me going under the knife, and so no one will know, like, I mean, they will see me and I could just lie and say I have great skin, or my nose, oh, you know, I just did a little something here. So tell us about these procedures.
So I always say you'll look different, but nobody will know why.
Okay,
they're really non-surgical, so they're procedures you can come in and get on your lunch break. So lots of injections, anesthetic, but I'm not putting anyone to sleep, I'm not cutting anyone open. So some of the procedures, I have some injectable procedures and some non-injectable ones. The injectable ones, like the Botox injections, which we do for anti-wrinkle treatment. So people with frown lines and who are concerned about lines and wrinkles. Then the fillers, which we can do for like cheek augmentation procedures and then nose reshaping. So it doesn't, if you do want a very dramatic change in your nose, then surgery is best. But then little bumps here to straighten out, to make the nose appear a little bit slimmer, like a bit more contoured. Lip fillers, scalp microneedling.
So what is scalp microneedling? What is that?
So lots of African women have something called traction alopecia because of really tight hairstyles and wigs, and they start losing their hair and the edges start receding. So the scalp microneedling is a treatment where we cause little injury with tiny needles to that area. And the body feels I need to heal the scalp. So it sends up more oxygen and more blood supply and feeds the hair follicles and they grow hair back. So
Dr. Uju is sharing with us and telling us that if you have loss of hair and your hairline is not that great, you can come in and start the process and the procedure to get that back. And so I think that this is great because now people don't have to travel so far. You know, the money you spend on tickets and hotel and being away from family and work, and you are offering all of that here in Nigeria. And so what has been the response to your, because you're very public with this. Like, you know, I follow her on Instagram. She's really public. She's, you know, posting, oh, come and get your Valentine's. Like, oh, maybe let's put like a little nip and tuck here and there without spilling any blood. So how has it been?
I found initially people were skeptic because they didn't understand what I was doing. So I used social media to explain these things in lay terms. So people want to see what you're doing. So we did lots of videos, I'm talking loads, just trying to explain these things in really simple,
that is not that painful. It's not, you know.
So you can see and you're just like, okay, it's not that bad. And the person is, you know, has given a review and is walking around the next day. So
what has been, can I ask you, what has been your most popular? What are the things that people come in over and over for?
The skin treatments are really popular because acne, hyperpigmentation, sunburn are really common. So do treat.
Especially because of our weather?
Yeah, so people not knowing we should be using sunscreen. So lots of cosmetic prescription products.
I didn't even know we should use some. I mean, I know people say that, but I'm just like, we're dark. Like, really? You guys?
Yeah, so we all need, the sun's rays are the #1 cause of premature aging.
Oh, really?
And sunburn. So everyone should be in a sunscreen.
And then, so you just have to take your sunscreen every day.
The sunscreen should be used every day.
So if I come to you and I say, okay, you know what, I want a procedure, because some people forget to put on sunscreen and stuff like that. You're saying, is that, do you guys have that where you
We have lots of sunscreens. It's funny enough, most of the treatments we perform as a side effect will make the skin more sensitive to the sun for a period of time.
Yeah.
So I typically wouldn't do any treatment on anyone if they're not using a sunscreen. So I recommend sunscreen strongly. You're preventing aging, you're preventing pigmentation problems. And in terms of treatments, we're preventing any unwanted effects.
Oh, well, that's really nice to know. Okay, so let's talk about, that was the good. So let's talk about the bad. What are some of the misconceptions that people have about coming to see someone like you? What are the concerns that they have, like the, you know, their fears?
People think vanity. So people just think what you're doing, you're just encouraging vanity. But I don't think so. I find that just making someone feel better about their skin, how they look, about their nose, it affects how they act in their daily life. It affects them going to work, their relationship with other people. They're happy. And I sort of like seeing that. That makes me really happy as well. So the skin treatments are common. The fillers are gaining popularity now. And then the vitamin injections.
Okay, so please, what is the vitamin injection? Yes, share.
So if we eat a balanced diet, we should get all the vitamins we need. But in the world we live in now, people are stressed, they're not eating properly. You find
our pollution and our weather here.
Exactly. So your body is prone to vague things like headaches and fatigue, and we find lots of these are linked to vitamin deficiencies.
Okay.
So as opposed to taking oral tablets like a vitamin C or a multivitamin, I take vitamin injections, like pure, and just inject into the blood. So you're getting a larger amount as opposed to taking a tablet that's, you know, being excreted.
I've heard about like those vitamin serums, and they make you glow.
The
and
serums
kind of,
or the injections?
No, like the serums that kind of, you're supposed to, and it kind of burns, or vitamin C or something, kind of burns a little bit, but it causes your skin to glow, and it looks really nice, and everyone says it's great. So with the injections, do those burn as well when you're putting, you know, is it
vitamin
like that
C generally is a stingy vitamin.
Okay.
So any vitamin C I'm injecting anywhere, I would dilute it. Okay. Vitamin C generally stings. If I inject it into your skin, it'll sting. If I inject it into your veins, it stings a little bit.
Yeah.
But vitamin C is a great antioxidant. It protects us from our cells from damage. It's anti-aging, and it's a skin brightener.
Okay, so that's
a good one. I'm using a lot of my treatments.
So you guys are hearing it first here. Definitely want to see Dr. Uju for, I think I should come for the vitamin C. And what about people that want to lighten their skin? I've been hearing a lot of misconceptions about that actually it's not really good, but then we sell the lightening treatments so much. So can you kind of help us just diffuse that a little bit?
I feel there's a bit of a misconception in terms of people thinking healthy skin is light skin.
Yes,
so this is my #1 inquiry. How can my skin be healthy and light?
Okay.
So I think some people even ask me, how come you're doing this and you're dark?
Yeah, yes.
But so I do get a lot of people asking. A lot of people are coming in and they're already using products. And we're seeing so many unwanted side effects from these creams. The treatments I would do for skin brightening, skin lightening, like the glutathione and vitamin C, they won't give you results as quick as the creams will, but because they're safe and they're working really gently and some other natural brightness over a long period of time. The sun's rays are always trying to darken us as well, so it doesn't make sense of using a lightening cream and going out in the sun without sunscreen. So people are basically trying to lighten their skin the wrong way. That's why you're starting to see skin starting to look a bit bad, look purple. They're using all these creams and exposing themselves to the sun at the same time. So I get a lot of requests for that, but natural skin brighteners, phytic acid, R-butane, glutathione, they work very gently, but then it's a lifestyle change as well. You're protecting yourself from the sun, you're avoiding the sun and putting you on maybe exfoliating products. So we do lots of other things. You won't get the results as quick.
But it is worth your time. And in the world where things are changing, and of course here where women are constantly trying to be ageless as we are aging, I think that taking time would be the best way to solve the problem, yes?
If you must, but I don't think it's necessary for everyone.
So we should just, everybody just kind of, so everybody should just kind of like age beautifully.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of skin tone, I think healthy skin is just, you can tell healthy skin. It doesn't mean it's light skin. You have nice glowing skin and you can be dark skinned, so.
Yes. Oh, well, what's your last word of advice for people when it comes to aging beautifully and having great skin?
You need to be on a sunscreen because that's the #1 way to prevent premature aging. And I think if something makes you more comfortable, then I think you should go ahead and do it. So, in moderation, obviously, and then you make sure the people you're going to are qualified, licensed, and know what they're doing. So I always say go for a consultation before you
actually go ahead with the procedure. So there you have it, everyone. I'm so glad. Thank you so much, Uju, for coming to share all of this information. You guys contact her. She's on social media. Follow her to book your appointment so that you can go and age beautifully with her and get your vitamin C serums and everything. It's time for a really short break, but stay tuned. When we return, I'll be speaking with an indigenous inspiration in the world of African beauty, so don't go away. Welcome back to Fashion and Beauty Talks on Arise. I'm Veronica Odeka. My guest, Hadiza Nyako Tukur, is the co-founder of the first Northern Nigerian luxury traditional day spa in Lagos called the Henna Place, which specializes in beauty and skincare treatments using natural products and techniques from Northern Nigeria. Prior to founding Henna Place, Hadiza worked at the public sector division of Cardinal Stone, a financial institution dealing in investment management, as well as Nigerian Sao Tome and Principe Joint Development Authority as an internal auditor. Her background has been instrumental in building her technical and managerial expertise to help her business thrive. Let's take an intriguing look into what the Henna Place experience is like. Welcome on the show, Hadiza. I'm so glad to have you here today. You know, I've known about the Henna Place, which is so interesting. I feel like it is so popular. Yeah. I know the procedure and the treatment of, you know, it's very normal and common in the north, but obviously here, not so much mainstream. But I do want to say that your business, having the Henna Place, has made it extremely more mainstream, because I've known about the Henna Place, even though I haven't gone to get my procedure to the henna done, but I've heard about it, and so many friends have done this procedure, whatever. So tell me, why did you decide to start? Why did you leave traditional work and decide to become an entrepreneur and start this?
To be honest, I've always wanted to do like a spa. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted.
Kind of capacity?
I thought more maybe Moroccan hammam or something else that was maybe from another culture. But I moved to Lagos and I realized there was nowhere. Even in the north, there's actually nowhere for you to go and have this treatment done.
Oh, wow, okay.
So most of the time, the person comes to your house and does all the does your waxing at home. So everybody sort of has a number.
Yes.
They call, like they have a girl that comes to them.
Comes to your house, yeah.
But we wanted to create something that, somewhere that you could go to have all the treatment done, and it will all be like a package.
Place, because I mean, really, honestly, who has time to be trying to figure out, call my friend, let me see if I have a friend. Have you ever had where do you go and get, where can I get henna? You know, where is this done? And now you've literally made it mainstream to say that here is a space where you can actually go and get your henna done, or whatever. So what made you decide to incorporate the henna with the spa? Was that from the onset? Did you say that let this be a bit different by taking in something that's
most of the
natural
time, the traditional treatments in the north, they do your body scrub for you. So there's like different steps to it. So when you're getting married, somebody moves in with you for like 2 weeks or like a week, Okay. I think most of the time, the minimum is like a week. So the person moves in with you, and the first thing they do is body scrubs. After the body scrub, then they smoke you, the hand smoke treatment.
Yes.
They do that for a few days. The last thing that is done is usually the waxing and then henna.
Okay.
So I wanted to create somewhere that you could experience the whole thing. So even in the north, there's nowhere really like that you can get that. It's usually one auntie calls somebody for you or something like that.
Some of the treatments include, I know we've seen like the sugar wax, the Durkan smoke bath, the traditional facial, and Haman. What's your most popular service that you have to offer that you think?
I think it's waxing and henna.
Oh, really?
So waxing, because most people are very conscious of what they do with their skin now.
Yes, of course.
So people are gravitating more towards using natural ingredients. Basically, halawa sugar wax is just melted sugar and lime.
Okay, wow.
So there's no artificial thing used.
Which is important to know, because some people have sensitive skin, and some people, and a lot of people now, the way we're going, people don't want to use a lot of chemicals, anything to do with chemicals, you know, and we have a lot of natural resources, so people definitely want to incorporate that. So the henna, what I do feel that it has done is it has opened up the door for people who necessarily wouldn't know anything about like treatments to even be curious to come and say, okay, what is this service,
Absolutely.
and then from there gravitate into other services that you
Yeah,
have.
of course.
So with the henna, how long does it last?
So henna usually lasts for about 2 weeks.
Okay.
So the first few days that you have it done, it's very dark,
Yes.
but then it gradually fades off. So we have 3 different types of henna depending on your skin type. We have the natural henna, we have white henna and black henna. So depending on what you want.
You're using different inks to...
Yes, so the natural henna comes out a bit dark, like dark red.
Okay, oh, okay,
so
yeah.
So that usually takes longer to put on.
Okay.
But then if you're sensitive, you have sensitive skin, we'll advise you use that.
And then all of these, the what do you call it? The ink or whatever, the ink of it is all plant-based or whatever. It's all, there's nothing, because I hear you say that there's no chemicals in the henna that is used in that.
Yeah,
so it's just all plants that leave that dye that you put on your skin?
You put that, they just mix it with water and then they put it on your skin. After a few minutes, you take it off and that's it.
So how has it been, like, really just starting a business and growing the business and seeing the response to people that are coming? How has it been for you?
To be honest, it's been quite fun.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
So even with the challenges and everything?
Yeah, so initially people were saying, oh, are you sure you'll work in Lagos? Are you sure people are interested in that? But I was like, I moved to Lagos when I got married, and there's really nowhere, even in the north, there's really nowhere like that. And there's been a few people that have popped up doing exactly the same so I guess we're doing something right.
So, yes. And then the response for women as they've come in.
So initially when we even started, we're doing it mainly on word of mouth.
Okay, yes.
So it was, you come there, you like the treatment, and get someone else to come in.
You know, I honestly have had, I'm not even trying to be funny, like 3 or 4 friends, they would come and say, Veronica, there's this place, you need to go. They have this smoke thing that they do. I'm like, really? And I've had friends that have booked appointments and they keep going. I've had a lot of people experience your sugar wax. And like I said, we've had celebrities
with sugar wax has been really successful because I think most people kind of have where they normally go to get their sugar wax done. So this, you can actually see, we give you a breakdown of everything that goes in it. So you know exactly what you're putting on your skin. It's not anything harmful. And it takes off dead skin. So you're kind of...
Are there more treatments that you feel that you're going to look into to introduce so that people can...
Traditionally, the body scrub was only one. So it's called the Dilke body scrub. And so we've sort of introduced other treatments, still traditional, so like baobab and sugar scrub. So baobab, I remember the person that was talking earlier was talking about vitamin C.
Yes.
So that is really rich in vitamin C. So you can use it, and it's anti-aging as well. So everything usually that you put on your skin, it's natural, and you feel the effect over a long period of time.
So, and what treatments is this so people can hear?
This is sugar and baobab scrub.
Okay, yes.
So that exfoliates as well as anti-aging. So it's really good, yeah.
So why do you think that it's really important to kind of preserve these cultural, it's almost like our heritage, and just really, you know, because we have Dr. Rapu that came in, and there are a lot of other treatments that come non-surgical and surgical, and you're using more of a traditional way. Why do you think it's important to do this? To
be honest, I think it works. So, like, you can change a few things, like the hand smoke treatment, the traditional way of doing it is like outside in the hot, and it's like on the ground, and like they create a hole. So we've modernized it a little bit, so because we don't have holes like on the ground in a place. But this treatment works, and so why change it?
That's why, basically, because of the fact that it works and it is our tradition, so we need to keep passing it down and continuing it. Thank you so very much for coming on the show. You guys can follow her brand, the Henna Place. They are on social media, and I'm sure everyone has a friend that has told them about it, so you can find out more and definitely visit for treatments there. Thank you so much, Hadiza, for coming on the show. Thank you, everyone. And unfortunately, that's all from Fashion and Beauty today. Stay tuned for the rest of our programming on Arise News. Goodbye for now. Till next week.